Hello and welcome to Sotheby's in London, where we are going to get a first peek at some of the masterpieces from the Macklowe Collection, which are going on sale at Sotheby's in New York in May. It really is an extraordinary collection, probably one of the greatest collections of modern and contemporary art ever assembled. It contains 65 works, 35 of which were sold in November in Sotheby's in New York. The remaining 30 go on sale in spring, and we get to look at the highlights. To help us explore this marvellous room of art, I've asked my colleague, the curator, Eleanor Nairn, to join us.
Hi, Will.
So, this is your period, right? You curated the Jean-Michel Basquiat show at the Barbican, the Lee Krasner show, the Dubuffet show. So what do you make of a room full of art like this?
It's a pretty extraordinary experience. I mean, the Macklowe Collection is obviously one of the finest examples of post-war modern art in America. And this is an opportunity for us to see these rare examples of work by Polke, Richter, Warhol, Dubuffet, the Rothko behind me, which has never been exhibited before. It feels like quite a moment.
So where do we start?
Maybe the Warhol?
Great choice. So this is one of Warhol's famous fright wig images from 1986, all taken from a Polaroid, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah. So the process would normally be that he'd take a Polaroid in the studio. He's at East 33rd Street at this point. Then it would be sent off to a lab, sent to be enlarged, then transferred onto acetate, and then you'd have the silkscreen process. So there's quite a lot of kind of careful decision that goes into the composition. And it has quite an unnerving feel to it. And of course, we can't help but look at it and think of the fact that Warhol was to die only 9 months later in February of '87.
There is an element of a death mask about it. And what's with all the camouflage? What's going on there?
The camouflage is fascinating because, of course, we think of Warhol as a man who's all about persona. So all about that sense of the interior and the exterior self, ideas of celebrity, whether we can ever get to know the true Jackie. Camouflage is designed to conceal us from enemy combat. So who exactly is he trying to protect himself from within this image? There's a sense of both playfulness and also ambivalence about how we're meant to read that camouflage.
And of course, you know, because it's Warhol, it is an image of an image of an image of an image, but it also sits within a body of work.
It really relates to Warhol's interest in the still life, the idea that all life is fleeting, the sense that we are but mortal beings. You know, these were all ideas that he was playing with within this body of self-portraits, which were begun in '64 and continued right throughout the rest of his career.
And what about the fright wig itself? You know, obviously we all know Warhol had these hundreds of wigs, but the fright wig became a specific thing, right?
Well, it really points to Warhol's performative relationship to identity and to that sense of playfulness that he's presenting himself here in a way that is unbelievably striking, immediately captures attention. The fright wig and the camouflage come together in that questioning of who we're seeing in this persona.
And this notion that he said everything was superficial, that what you see is what you get, and yet here he is removing himself from the image.
Warhol's famously saying, everything is surface. Anything you want to know about me is right there on the surface of my paintings. And yet here he is troubling our capacity to see beyond that surface.
So we can go from the high master of American pop to a European artist who drew heavily on that pop sensibility. And that is Sigmar Polke, the German artist, born in East Germany, then went over to West Germany. For me, it reminds me a little bit of early Magritte, and a little bit of late Baldassare. Am I mad?
No, they're really interesting connections, and I think it's kind of astonishing to think that Polke was 23 when he made this painting. The really striking thing is that we have, as you said, these pop sensibilities, these very highly keyed colours, these very alluring objects, but then, very noticeably, these blank areas of the canvas, just with the graphite marks of the grid. And it's hard to know quite how he wants us to interpret this, whether it's about the idea of desire and a space between the allure of objects and how they're being presented in glossy magazines in this period in the early '60s, and the actual reality in post-war Germany. You know, this is an artist who fled from East Germany when he was 12 and who would have experienced very much firsthand the reality of scarcity during that period in post-war Germany. So you really have that sense of the contrast between these two areas of the canvas and that sense of how they reflect a contrast in life.
And he's there, isn't he, with Beuys and with Richter, with that big challenge, which is how do you reinvent German art after the Second World War? And he's come from the East, he's come into the West, into consumerism. And I just sense with this painting, he's exploring those ideas.
Sometimes the artist would refer in Germany to the idea that they were trying to grow in poisoned soil. And I think that's very interesting when we look at these as generic objects, but for washing, for cleaning. You know, who is trying to clean their post-war image? Soap traditionally is made out of ash. You know, there's all these kind of layering of what might be going on within that imagery. And the question of what does it mean to be an artist? Can you complete a canvas? You know, Adorno's famous line is, can there be any poetry after Auschwitz? And in a way, this is such a clever, critical way of answering that question.
But also, crucially, with Polke, always with Polke, it's witty.
Yes.
It's funny. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Absolutely. And I think we see that in many ways, too, with the Copyist from '82.
I love this painting. Well, this is an epic painting in every way, isn't it? I mean, it's interesting that Polke had stopped painting for a while, hadn't he? And he'd only just come back to it. And here we have sort of the artist looking at the role of an artist looking at the role of an artist. So we've got the copyist down here, which is the artist traditionally who would go to the museums and spend hours, days, weeks, months copying the great works. And this looks a bit like a Turner or a Poussin, doesn't it? And yet it's so far from that. It's so viscerally contemporary. He's giving us no out, really. You know, just everything pulls you into this painting, whether it's you're taking the artist's view into the town, or you just lift your eyes and you look up into that amazing skyscape where he's used varnishes to create the glow of the sun. And these weird reds, if you come in close, and they just ping out of the canvas, a bit like Turner's red on that famous Boy all those years ago. And it seems to me like it's an homage to the history of art, and it's a challenge to contemporary art. The painting isn't dead. Painting is still alive. It's still got something to say.
You know, you have that sense with a picture like this, which is just materially so rich. You know, we've got these dense kind of moments of powdered pigment. We've got these varnishes and glazes, like you've said. We know that at this point he's using quite a lot of solvents as well to be able to draw away pigment from the canvas. So it's a very rich image to look at, and that was one of the reasons why Polke had such a coterie of admirers amongst fellow artists, because they saw him as someone for whom nothing was too sacred. So on the one hand, we have an incredibly experimental image, and at the same time, we have, as you say, this figure of the copyist, as if he's simply reproducing things that have been made before. So it's really dramatizing that essential question that's there for every artist about the tension between originality and history and what has gone before, and how much any artist can ever reach beyond what has already been put down in the books, the annals of history.
And as you say, there's a playfulness with medium and with material in this, which makes me think of the other great German artist in this collection and his great friend, Gerhard Richter. Polke and Richter, of course, have quite a lot in common. They were both born in East Germany. They both came over to the West. They both trained in Düsseldorf. And they set up this thing together, didn't they? This group.
Capitalist realism.
Capitalist realism. So what is capitalist realism?
I think it was their way of thinking through what painting might be in this post-war moment. You know, we've just been talking about Polke's experiment with materials and his kind of sense of play and alchemy within the studio. And here we have such a different kind of image, Richter's seascape, in which it seems to be all about photorealism. What can we trust? Where is veracity? Is this an authentic image for us to lay our eyes on? And of course, Richter's from Dresden, so is Caspar David Friedrich. You know, this is clearly an allusion to Constable Cloud studies. We've got some of the luminescence of Turner in this. Again, we're in very clever, witty, painterly territory.
You could, I suppose, talk about this picture speaking to the sublime, speaking to German romanticism, but there is this thing about Richter always, which is very much his thing, which is the blur, the blurred lines, the slightly out of focus. What's that all about?
It's a great question, and immediately in my mind is rendered the back of Betty's head. And
Exactly.
I think, you know, we have to see it as some kind of comment about perception. What are we able to see? How closely can we look? Can we come into focus on any singular image? And much like Polke, when we scratch the surface, does it fall away? You know, so I think there's that engagement with the questions around authenticity, which is part of what has meant that Richter's had such an enduring legacy.
And I suppose there's also this notion of that nothing is fixed. You know, nothing is permanent, which is what he experienced. And in a way, I think there's sort of a Monet-type spirit to this. And, you know, Monet looked deep down into a pond to give a landscape where you can see land. And here's another landscape where you can't see land, but you're looking up. So semi-abstract. But to get to the fully abstract, we need to go to another European painter, but this time a European painter who went to America, Mark Rothko.
So for me, this is one of the most exciting works in the collection. An untitled Rothko from 1960, such an important moment, just a year after he'd made the Seagram murals that he'd then decided to withdraw, luckily for us in the UK, because that's how they came to be in the Tate collection. And this is a work that's never been seen publicly before, so I have to work a bit to contain my excitement. And of course, we think of Rothko at this point as he's really kind of deepening his palette. We were talking about Romanticism in relation to Richter, and of course, Rothko had had that much more bright, highly keyed colour palette in the mid-50s.
The yellows, the reds, the mauves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a kind of different sort of register, emotional register happening. Here we have these tones that are like oxidized blood or a bruised flesh. You know, they're very, very emotive colours. And of course, he's beginning to play with some different techniques in the studio. So he's using these very, very thin layers of paint, glazes in between, sometimes these egg yolk glazes.
Up to 18 layers sometimes, aren't
Exactly.
It's extraordinary.
And that was one of the things that came out from Tate doing the restoration work on one of the Seagram murals, was having those conservators able to show how complex the layering of a painting like this is. And of course, he always wanted them to be lit in this very dramatic twilight, you know, because he wanted the colour to do what colour does naturally in the gloaming, to kind of slightly come off the background.
Exactly. The way he feathers the edges, just so elegantly and delicately done, which makes these forms hover, just brings them off the picture plane somehow and gives them a life of their own and draws you in. And I don't know, there was always this thing with Rothko, which he wanted you to feel his paintings as much as you looked at them. You know, they were, I think, for Rothko, a sort of a conversation. You know, he was, I think, to a certain extent, he wanted to be, you know, the viewer's soulmate.
Yeah, and he was extraordinarily effective in that regard. You know, I think of a note that he wrote in 1960 about the Seagram murals, where he said there was always the hope that I would paint something they could not endure, that he would make a painting so charged with emotional energy that it couldn't sit as the backdrop to a restaurant in a posh building, that it needed to be in a quieter space where somebody could really commune with it. And of course, we think of the Rothko Chapel and these more spiritual dimensions to the work, and he really was an extraordinary force with that regard.
Ellen, you were quite rightly waxing lyrical about the Rothko, and I can do something very similar about the de Kooning. I absolutely love his work from this period, early 60s. He's moving out to East Hampton. And actually, it was a de Kooning from this period, which is in the Stedelijk Museum in Amsterdam, that actually made me fall in love with art. It's called Rosie Finger Dawn at Last Point. And it's absolutely beautiful. And this is very similar. It hasn't got the same whites in that painting, but it's got the same poetic structure, where he's completely gone away from figuration. And this is a landscape. You know, there's a sea, there's a sand, there's a sun, and there's an ebullience and a joy and a painterliness to this, which makes it just sing. He is, for me, the closest you get to poetry with paint. It is just so rhythmical and sensuous. It is quite extraordinary. You have to stand, I think, with these paintings of de Kooning's, you have to be in the space, in the place with them. You have to see and feel the impasto paint. You have to see and feel the texture of those swooping lines he makes, those big broad brush strokes, and then how it's all organised into this sort of epic cacophony of a painting about somewhere he clearly loves and is expressing that love with such a passion. I just think they're amazing paintings.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's a moment in de Kooning's practice when, you know, he's had the great Sydney Yanis show in 1959. Right. It sells out within a week. It's the money from that sale that allows him to buy land in Springs, Long Island, you know, this great, famous beacon for artists, including Jackson Pollock and Lee Krasner, who were drawn there because of the quality of the light, that diffusion of light. And you really feel that. There's something very sun-kissed about this as a painting. He said in an interview at that time with David Sylvester, I felt like all of myself was there. You know, it's the first time he feels that, I think.
And that's what you feel. You still feel it now. And he takes us there with him, which is the joy of this painting. You lift it up and you're planted on the same spot that he was, and you are in his soul. So this is de Kooning, I suppose, at his most expressive. But if we're talking about expressionism, there's another sort, of course, which we can see in a sculpture just on your right shoulder there by Giacometti. And, I mean, instantly recognisable, not only by the artist Giacometti, but it's of his brother, Diego, and he used him so often as a model, those wonderful drawings, those really intense drawings. It's typically Giacometti that it's haunting, it's completely static, and yet there's a sense of liveness to it. There's fantastically tactile nature where you can see the artist's fingerprints have gone to make this thin-faced, elongated neck, highly expressionistic, obviously. But there's also something, about this which feels so deeply personal. So although it's, you could call him the Beckett of art, misery in just about everything, or certainly disquiet, there's also, I think, in this sculpture, actually an unusual amount of warmth.
Yeah, I think that's very true. And, we have to look at this steel, this pedestal that he's placed his brother upon, and it seems to me that question about how much can we elevate man? How much can we thrust him, his bust, upon pillars? This is obviously a reference to ancient Greek and Roman sculpture. But how much is the human, the fallible? Where is our space for the fallible within sculpture? And for me, this work, and of course we have the Picasso sculpture, also from 1958, have that similar question at the heart of them.
Yeah, so Giacometti, fragility and uncertainty. Picasso, completely different. This feels, far more assertive, far more confident, and draws back, if you look at the little faces made out here out of a couple of nails, draws back to his surrealist days.
Definitely. And there's also a different sense of play to this. He makes it in 58. He's in La Californie at that point on the Mediterranean coast. He's picking up bits of driftwood. You can see almost the splinters in the wood that have then been cast in bronze. And then you've got the nails, as you say, for a face, and this great phallus. It is a kind of figure that is designed to be provocative, drawing, of course, on the primitivist influences that he's interested in at that time.
It has this rawness that came to be known, I suppose, eventually as art brut, a name given by Jean Dubuffet, who is the creator of the last artwork we're going to look at today. Jean Dubuffet, 1944. He's just started out as a full-time artist, having been a wine merchant. He's yet to go to Switzerland for that moment where he suddenly finds sort of art brut. So what do we have here?
So this is the first large-scale female nude that he makes, and it's a moment in which he's investigating what a different way might be to tackle the human form in this moment just after the end of the occupation of France. We know that the Lascaux caves were discovered in 1940, so there's that real zeal for prehistoric art. So you can see the kind of density of layering of this paint. It's almost as if this woman has been excavated from the paint rather than painted onto the canvas. And she has quite a kind of jovial sort of spirit to her. She's not a romantic figure, but she certainly has a degree of charm. And she was included in the first solo exhibition that he has at the Galerie René Drouin in October of 1944. And the reaction was quite strong. Protesters came to the Place Vendôme. You know, he writes to his friend Jean Paulin about the public outrage for this image. So the charged woman that we see here really hasn't lost any of that edge.
But he's taken things a long way, hasn't he? I mean, you could look at the face and look at the facial features and some of the hands, and you go back to 1932 and Picasso and Marie-Thérèse, and you can see the sort of that sort of influence. But he's pushed things so much further in questioning the notion of beauty.
Definitely, and that is really at the heart of this project, is about the idea of, you know, you think Manet's Olympia is scandalous. You know, this is actually in so many ways such a polite painting, and he's aiming to break with those conventions of good taste and provide something that feels like a more honest reality or a more honest depiction of the kind of pulse of lived experience.
And I know it's all about the figure, and there's much to talk about the figure, but I'm interested in the background as well, and how that's built up. And what he's saying and doing with that.
Absolutely, and when we were looking at the de Kooning earlier, we were talking about that play with abstraction and the play with landscape, abstracting the spirit of springs. But Dubuffet, like de Kooning, is very much interested in that oscillation between figuration and abstraction, between the figure and the landscape, and really believes that we all exist as part of a continuity, and that as humans we've created this hierarchy between different forms seen in the different art historical genres, but that actually we all belong to the same universal soup. So when we see this woman, and she's literally made out of the same colours, the same, what he called his pâte or paste, you know, this has been applied with a palette knife. She's made of the same raw ingredients as the background of the painting, and that's really crucial to the philosophy of this work.
Eleanor, thank you so much for that whistle-stop tour around this collection. What do you make of it?
I think these are some pretty exceptional works. You know, in each instance, whether it's Polke or Richter or Warhol or Rothko, we're looking at a very special work from across the entirety of their career. And of course, it feels like a real moment now in London, and it's going to be a real moment in New York in May.
Hello, I'm Lisa Dennison, Chairman of the Americas. Mark Rothko's Untitled from 1960 is a jewel in the artist's transformative career. One of just 19 paintings on canvas by the artist from 1960, of which nearly half are in museum collections, it has never appeared at auction, having remained in the Macklowe Collection for nearly 40 years. Rarely do we see a Rothko of this profundity and significance, a mysterious and darkly romantic canvas, powerfully emotive in palette and utterly enveloping in scale. Against a dazzling cobalt blue ground, three rectangles of varied hues hover like veils of intoxicating smoke. The uppermost register is a velvety black. Below it, a deep plum square which rests above a field of rich maroon. Built of innumerable washes of hue, their edges mingle gently with the lighter ground on which they float. The transition between colors is ever so subtle, with the thinnest line of ground color peeking through at the edges to bring everything into coalescence. Having achieved international acclaim by the end of the 1950s, Rothko embarked on a long period of devotion to darker colors. Marking a critical moment in his artistic development, he challenged himself to produce his most emotionally provocative and meditative paintings in the decade that followed. Untitled 1960 was created in the interim between the artist's two career-defining projects, the Seagram murals and the artist's magnum opus, the Menil Chapel in Houston, crystallizing the shift towards a deeper, more contemplative experience. While the tenebrous mood and more lateral format of Untitled harks back to the Seagram paintings, the aura of spiritual purity and transcendence eloquently foretells the chapel paintings. Untitled's exquisite tonal intricacies reveal themselves more fully the longer we look. Translucent veils of brushed pigment have been built up with layers, creating delicately shifting, subtle tonal variances that unfold, shifting with light, environment, and angle. Rothko once wrote, "Often towards nightfall, there is a feeling in the air of mystery, threat, frustration, all of these at once. I would like my paintings to have the quality of such moments." Untitled, with its dramatic and elegiac hues, conjures that mystery and essence of twilight Rothko sought to impart. The effect is ineffable, caught between beauty and tragedy.
Hello, I'm Oliver Barker, head auctioneer and European chairman for Sotheby's. Gerhard Richter's Seascape from 1975 emanates a celestial light on a spectacular scale. It conveys a sense of immersive beauty that has come to define the artist's revolutionary body of work. This is one of the 4 magnificent paintings by Gerhard Richter from the Macklowe Collection. For 3 decades, beginning in the late 1960s, Richter investigated the subject of the seascape, belonging to a small series of 4 2x3 meter canvases, all executed in 1975. Together, this concise group spans the division separating Richter's abstract works from his hyperreal photo paintings. In the seascape, we encounter a hazy view of the open sea, its atmosphere obscured by a cloud-covered sky, and a nearly imperceptible horizon shrouded by a thin veil of fog. Radiating sunlit hues, filtered through a harmony of soft, ephemeral forms, is indebted to a long and familiar tradition of art history, while at the time projecting these references forward in an entirely new way. It readily evokes the romantic and sublime landscapes of Caspar David Friedrich, famed cloud studies by John Constable, and the atmospheric light effects of James W. Turner. It also draws on the cloud's long-held symbolic value as a heavenly proxy in Renaissance and Baroque painting. By acknowledging these traditions, Richter conjures an encompassing field of references while maintaining a resolutely contemporary work. Growing up in Dresden, Richter undoubtedly would have been familiar with Caspar David Friedrich, residing in the same city in which the father of German Romanticism established his reputation in the early 19th century. Like Friedrich's transcendental light metaphors, seen in works such as Large Enclosure or Morning in the Riesengebirge, Seascape presents an ethereal atmospheric vapor suffused with mystery. What I find particularly fascinating is Richter's layered construction and inherent investigation of the subject. He takes a landscape and digests it through the prism of a camera and then paints the image in a style that blurs the boundaries between his photorealistic and abstract works. By employing this sublime visual language and passing it through a mechanical photographic document, Richter systematically de-romanticizes the genre. We see this magnificent reworking readily in the seascapes. These are not celestial visions supporting divine figures or concealing a suggestive heavenly beyond. Instead, Richter's seascapes are wild and beautiful, but ultimately indifferent, isolated and fragmented. Unlike in many of the works by Friedrich, we're not given the typical romantic figure seen from behind as a stand-in for the viewer. There's no formal conjuring of a transcendental experience, no religious affinity with nature. The simultaneous subversion and contemporary nature of Richter's works subtly operate within a remarkable doublespeak. And it's precisely this duality that helps mark Seascape as among the most beautiful and stunning of the artist's oeuvre, while also representing the most transgressive and symbolically suggestive motifs ever translated by the artist into paint. All aspects of the artist's philosophical, historical, and aesthetic concerns are concentrated into this glorious painting. And I think by removing the human element, the traditional romantic figure, Richter is empowering us as viewers to project ourselves into the scene and face this vast expanse of water and perhaps the magnificence of our world.
Hello, my name is Michael Macaulay. I'm a Senior International Specialist in the Modern and Contemporary Department. It's my pleasure to speak about Robert Ryman's Swift from 2002, a masterpiece of luminous serenity. The painting is a testament to the radical simplicity of Ryman's oeuvre. The artist underwent a period of intense production during the early 2000s, to which Swift belongs. This work distinguishes itself by its grand scale, measuring a staggering 84 by 84 inches. Acquired from Pace Gallery in the year after it was made, Swift has been in the prestigious Macklowe Collection for nearly 2 decades. The painting's uniquely poetic title evinces its provocative, even sublime simplicity. Here, Ryman accentuates the exactitude of his method by ending each of his methodical brushstrokes just before the edge of the picture support, framing the incandescent expanse of white pigment within a pristine border of raw canvas. From a distance, the painting seems to be an ode to stillness, but the closer the viewer draws to the canvas, the more apparent the meditative motions of the artist's hand across the canvas become. Swift articulates the very means by which it was created, offering candor and breathtaking technical precision. The painting succinctly articulates Ryman's career-long investigation of the possibilities, limitations, and essential truths of abstract painting. Ryman said of his practice, "My painting is not limited at all. I have many possibilities in terms of approach. And the reason I have that is because I'm not limited by a certain narrative that I want to get across. There's no symbolism or story that I need to tell, or some kind of political project that I might want to do. I'm not limited by any of that. I don't have any of those things to stop me from experimenting and going forward." Stripped of figurative context, Ryman's use of white embodies an emphatic and physical purity through which the viewer's attention is drawn to the slightest variations in its surface. Similarly, the symmetricality of the square allows for maximum neutrality, forestalling any compositional intervention or pictorial order provided by the artist. Ryman said of his embrace of the square, "If you have an equal-sided space and you're going to put paint on it, then the square seems like the most perfect space. I don't have to get involved with spatial composition as with rectangles or circles." By situating the entirety of his practice within these parameters, Ryman decisively heightens the viewer's sensitivity to the slightest permutations in stroke, tone, and format. The pristine white composition of Swift is embellished by subtle hints of color discernible beneath these swathes of impasto. In Swift, the precise motions of Ryman's brush created animated strokes that are indeed swift and which dance across the expanse of the present painting, imbuing the simplicity of his composition with unspeakable lyricism. Swift exists as a meditation upon the very acts of painting and seeing themselves. Ensconced within the ethereal hyperreality of the canvas, the viewer experiences with dazzling clarity the purified, undiluted essence of abstract painting.
Executed in 1944, Grand Nu Charbonneau is an exceptional early example of Jean Dubuffet's radical artistic style, and a work that captures the themes that would continue throughout his entire oeuvre. This enchanting portrait of a woman in hues of gray, mauve, yellow, ultramarine, and scarlet comes from the opening chapter of Dubuffet's significant career. Grand Nu Charbonneau is Dubuffet's first large-scale nude, and it was notably featured in the artist's very first solo show in 1944 at Galerie René Drouin in Paris, which shocked critics. Silhouetted against an equally dense background, the woman fills the entire canvas with her flattened, oversimplified figure. Dubuffet fits the body tightly within the frame of the composition, emphasizing the urgency of his approach and rejecting the sophisticated and sacred techniques of formal arrangement. The oil paint is scraped, carved, smeared, and layered to produce a sensual and richly worked texture, one that foreshadows his later experiments with sand, tar, insects, and other non-traditional media that he used to generate unexpected, gritty results. Dubuffet famously rebelled against predominant artistic expectations and standards. During this time, as Europe was embroiled in the Second World War, Dubuffet was confronted with a profound angst. He embraced a style of uninhibited creative expression, while rejecting traditional Western ideals of beauty and skill. Like his contemporary Alberto Giacometti, Dubuffet channeled the emotional turmoil of the war years into psychologically fraught depictions of figures that capture the power of the human condition. With the memory of the atrocities of war still fresh, Dubuffet dismissed the notion of beauty altogether, pursuing an art of uncompromising immediacy and aggression. Influenced by Dr. Hans Prinzhorn's book, Artistry of the Mentally Ill, Dubuffet coined the term art brut, meaning raw art or outsider art, as his classification for a type of art created by non-professionals working outside the aesthetic norm. He was strongly opposed to cultivated art taught in schools and museums and aspired to unteach himself everything he had learned while studying painting at the prestigious Académie Julian in Paris. Art brut championed an approach to art unrestricted by convention, and in doing so helped inspire countless artists. Challenging the long-standing tradition of portraiture to immortalize the high class, which he viewed as a pretentious and isolating practice, Dubuffet chose to paint portraits of ordinary Parisians he saw on the open streets or in the metro. Dubuffet's portraits took interest in values of the everyday, insignificant, and lowly. "It is the man in the street that I am after," he said. Dubuffet was especially drawn to so-called primitive art, as well as art made by children and sufferers of mental illness. He believed that these modes of visual expression were closer to the truth of the subliminal unconscious, one not suppressed by cultural inhibitions, resulting in a more realistic artistic language. Grand Nu Charbonneau is a testament not only to Dubuffet's revolutionary art brut philosophy and his enduring protest of traditional standards of artistry, but to the artist's lasting influence that pushed the boundaries of modern painting.
I'm David Galpern, head of contemporary art at Sotheby's, New York. Andy Warhol's Frightwig self-portraits, painted in 1986, just months before the artist's death, represent his final artistic triumph. The series depicted Warhol in his many guises: the celebrity, the father of pop art, and the man, harkened a return to Warhol's iconic imagery from the 1960s. Within this important series, the self-portrait from the Macklowe Collection is truly exceptional. Rendered in a large-scale 80-inch format, the silkscreen image vibrates with incredible clarity and brilliant color. Against a stark black background, Warhol is shown in his famed Frightwig, his face painted in a camouflage of shocking green, blue, and yellow. The silkscreen method defined Warhol's career, and here the artist showcases his mastery of the method. The image in self-portrait is arguably unparalleled in his output for its precision. We're presented here with the most iconic image of Warhol's mask-like glare, facing his own mortality. So long obsessed with the transience of life and the enduring power of the image, Warhol finally confronts his own looming mortality. The camouflage of the image acts like a veil which conveys the tension between inner self and public image that Warhol's persona exemplified. We are granted direct access to the artist's face, which at this point in his career, he so closely guarded against public scrutiny. Simultaneously, however, his portrait is composed of a pattern known for its ability to conceal. Andy's source image for the series was a Polaroid photograph, the medium which had defined his portrait practice for nearly a decade. Warhol wore a black turtleneck for the photo, which, when filtered through the stark contrast of the monochrome silkscreen, allowed his neck to disappear completely. This gives the eerie illusion of a disembodied head. His eyes deeply sunken, wild tufts of spiked hair, strikingly gaunt cheeks, and his utterly penetrating stare, all floating in a black void. Floating and disembodied against a rich black ground, Warhol's face is powerfully reminiscent of The Wizard Oz. The artist would have undoubtedly watched the film The Wizard of Oz as a child, and like Oz, Warhol's face here looms larger than life, awe-inspiring, and fearsome in its graphic force. The series, which has come to be known as the Frightwigs, was made on commission for the highly influential gallerist Anthony Dauphet. Unveiled at Dauphet's London Gallery in July 1986, the Frightwig paintings formed the first and only show in Warhol's career dedicated to the theme of self-portraiture. Self-portrait is, in many ways, the culmination of Warhol's career-long fixations. Through his compositional disembodiment, Warhol's likeness becomes like a skull, the ultimate symbol of mortality. Noticeably aging and left physically wounded as a direct result of his fame, by 1986, the artist makes a final attempt to give his iconic status a lasting image, imbued with the sense of legend, myth, and icon that so obsessed the artist. In this painting, we find Warhol's final realization that his own celebrity has eclipsed that of his subjects. The combination of the allure of fame and the tragedy of death that drew him to icons like Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley finds its ultimate subject in Warhol himself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome from Sotheby's here in New York. My name is Oliver Barker, and I will be your auctioneer for this evening's sale, the first in a week-long series of auctions that mark a key focal point in the auction calendar. Tonight, we usher in the week with a hotly anticipated sale of 30 masterworks from the legendary Macklowe Collection. A peerless collection put together over some 5 decades of dedicated pursuit, driven by immense patience and an innate understanding of quality. As many of you will remember, 35 works from the Macklowe Collection were offered here in these rooms last November, in a sale that will remain for me one of the high points of my career. I now look forward to opening the bidding on this exceptional group this evening, in which each work bears the same defining hallmarks of outstanding quality and art historical importance. Before we begin, a few housekeeping notes. As your auctioneer, I may open the bidding on any lot by placing a bid on behalf of the seller. I may bid by placing responsive or consecutive bids for a lot up to the amount of the reserve. As noted in the conditions of business for buyers, everything is sold under the authenticity guarantee and on an as-is basis. Additionally, the winning bidder will be responsible for state and local taxes where applicable, unless you are exempt from these by law. Buyer's premium and overhead premium will be added to the hammer price of each lot offered, and applicable sales tax will be due on the aggregate of the 3 figures as part of the total purchase price payable. For those who are intending to bid, please go to note the following. Please note that in addition to the guarantees and irrevocable bids already noted in your printed catalogue, there are now further irrevocable bids on the following lot numbers: 6, 7, 13, 15, 18, 25, 27 and 30. And now we are going to begin, ladies and gentlemen, this historic evening with lot number 1, the Andy Warhol, the blue airmail stamps, one of a rare group of 6 early paintings from 1962 that marks the very beginning of the pop art movement, and it's coming around for us on the easel. Thank you very much indeed. Here it is. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $500,000, at 500,000, 550,000, 600,000, now at 600,000, 650,000, 700,000. It's in the room with you, sir, at $700,000, and I can sell it here up front at $700,000. You're bidding there at 700,000, 750,000 against you now at 750,000. It's back on the telephone with Aki from our Tokyo office at 750,000. It's your bid, sir. It's $750,000. Here on my right, at 750, 800,000 is bid. In the room again here on the second row at $800,000 is your bid, sir, against you, Aki, at $800,000. 850 is bid. Thank you so much, Jose. 850,000 on the aisle. At 850,000, 900,000 is bid against you now. It's Aki's bidder again at $900,000. At 900,000 against you, sir. At 900,000. Give me 50. At $900,000 here with Aki Ishizaki. Here it is at 900,000. 950,000 is bid. At 950,000, it's back with the gentleman up front at 950 and against you both here. There's 3 of you in it at 950,000. Gentlemen seated here at 950 and against you this time, Aki, at $950,000. You bidding, madam? At $950,000. Here it is, 950,000. 975. Thank you, sir. 975,000. On the aisle here at $975,000. Your bid, sir. Give me a minute. At $975,000. Gentleman's bid here on the aisle at 975. At $975,000. $1 million is bid here. Thank you. $1 million, sir. At $1 million. Give me 1, sir. At $1 million here. Gentlemen seated here, $1 million. Thank you anyway. The $1 million. Up front again at $1 million. Want to come in, Kelsey? At $1 million. David? Fair warning here. It's $1 million. Gentlemen seated at $1 million. It's against you, Aki, still. Fair warning now at $1 million. $1,050,000. At $1,050,000. It's with Brooke Lampley at $1,050,000. Not yours, sir. 150. At $1,050,000. Still with you, Brooke, here at $1,050,000. And against you too, sir. At $1,050,000. There it is, with Brooke Lampley, and selling it here. It's against you, Gregoire. It's against you, David. At $1,050,000. Fair warning to you all now. The first lot of this evening's sale. And selling. Not yours, Mike, either. Last chance. At $1,050,000. Brooke, it's yours. Thank you. It's panel number 62 at $1,050,000. Thank you. And we move on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, of course, the mirror number 9 from Roy Lichtenstein from 1970, showing here again on the easel. Fabulous work here. And I want to start the bidding here at 1,100,000, 1,200,000, 1,300,000, now 1,300,000, 1,400,000 is bid. With Simon Shaw at $1,400,000, and he gets you here at 1,400,000. You bidding, sir? At $1,400,000. 1,500,000 is Peter Cloman's bid from my LA office at 1,500,000, 1,600,000 is against you now. With Simon at 1,600,000. Against you here, 1,600,000, 1,700,000 is bid. Thank you, Peter. I took it from you first at 1,600,000. Etienne, you want to come in at 1,600,000. Peter's bid here, 1,600,000. 1,700,000 is bid. Thank you. At 1,700,000, the conversion board is ready now. 1,700,000. It's all on the telephone. 1,800,000 is back with Peter again. At 1,800,000. At $1,800,000. Here on the phones. At 1,800,000. Against the room here. 1,800,000. At 1,800,000. Simon, give me 9, please. 1,900,000. Etienne's your bid. At 1,900,000. In a new place here. $1,900,000. At $1,900,000. $2 million here. Back with Peter again at $2 million, sir. It's your bid at 2. Against your band at $2 million here. At 2 million. Give me 1. Is that a bid? At 2 million. 2 million. Etienne's bidder at $2 million here. Against you, Simon, at 2. And he gets you in the room here also. At $2 million, it's on my right. 2,100,000. With Etienne now at $2,100,000. And against you up front, at $2,100,000. Still on the telephone. It's against the rooms at $2,100,000. 2,200,000. At $2,200,000. 2,200,000. With Peter Cloman this time at 2,200,000. On this side here at 2,200,000 is against you, Etienne. At 2,200,000, I'm going to sell it here. Fair warning. 2,300,000. Thank you, Lisa. It's at a new place now at 2,300,000. At $2,300,000. With Lisa Dennison this time at 2,300,000 against you, Peter, against you, Etienne. And Simon at 2,400,000 now. It's back with you again at 2,400,000. Lisa, give me 5. At 2,400,000. Not yours. 2,400,000. At 2,400,000. And looking for 5, please, Lisa. At 2,400,000 is Peter Clement's bid at 2,500,000. Ahead of you here. It's a new bid in the room at 2,500,000. Thank you, sir. And splitting you up at 2,500,000. Gentleman seated at 2,500,000. It's against you here too at 2,500,000. Try 6. At $2,500,000. Still with you, sir. In the room at 2,500,000. It's against you, Lisa, and it's against you, Peter. 2,550,000. Try 6. At 2,550,000. 2,600,000 is bid now. And it's back against you both now. 2,600,000. Give me 50. At 2,600,000. No. Against you, Peter, here. It's against you, Lisa. Are you out? It's in the room. At 2,600,000 and selling 2,700,000. 2,650,000. I'm so sorry. I'll take that. At 2,650,000. Give me 7, sir. 2,700,000. Back in the room again at 2,700,000. 2,750,000. It's Lisa's bidder again at $2,750,000. Try it. 2,800,000. At 2,800,000. Let's try another. 2,850,000. At 2,850,000. It's Lisa's bidder at 2,850,000. It's not yours, sir. 2,850,000. 2,900,000. 2,950,000. I need 3, sir. $3 million.
Bidding.
3,050,000. Try 1, sir. It's at 3,050,000. It's here with Lisa. I'm selling it on this side of the room at 3,050,000. It's against you, sir, here. At 3,050,000. Still with Lisa Dennison and selling. You out? 3,100,000. 3,150,000. Against you, sir, $3,150,000. Give me 2. At 3,150,000, it's here on this side. We'll have to sell it, sir. At 3,200,000. 3,250,000. 3,250,000 here on this side. It's Lisa's bidder still at 3,250,000. Do you want to say 3, sir? At 3,250,000. One more. 3,300,000. 3,350,000. 3,400,000. 3,450,000. 3,450,000. 3,500,000. We'll try 3,600,000, Lisa. See if we can break the stalemate. At 3,000,000, 3,600,000. 3,600,000, 3,700,000. 3,800,000, thank you. 3,900,000. 4. $4 million. 4,100,000. 4,200,000. 4,300,000. 4,400,000. 4,500,000. 4,600,000. Try 8, sir. Say 4,800,000. Which one do you want? At 4,600,000, it's here with Lisa at 4,600,000. Can I take 4,800,000, sir? 4,700,000. 4,800,000. 4,900,000. $5 million, thank you. Give me 2, sir. Here at 5 million, looking for 5 million too. Try another one. At $5 million, it's here with Lisa. Still here on my left. Against you, sir. 2. Still here and selling. Fair warning to you. Coming in. At $5 million now. Last chance, sir. Nope. At $5 million, it's on this side. The hammer is up. I'm going to sell it now. Thank you so much. Fair warning, at $5 million. Thank you very much, Lisa. Congratulations. It's paddle number 13. And thank you also to you, sir, and other bidders there. And we move on to lot number 3, of course, the wonderful, the Agnes Martin, the Early Morning Happiness, painted in 2001 when the artist was 81 with this wonderful radiant palette, painted, of course, in Taos, New Mexico from 2001. Here it is, the fabulous work, the 60 by 60 inch format. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $2,100,000, $2,100,000, $2,200,000, $2,300,000, now $2,300,000, $2,400,000, $2,500,000. Thank you very much indeed, Barmy. At $2,500,000, $2,600,000 is bid now. Isabel's bidder at $2,600,000, $2,700,000 is back with Barmy again at $2,700,000. Give me 8 at $2,700,000, $2,800,000. Is in a new place with Mike McCauley at $2,800,000, $2,900,000, $3 million now. At $3 million, at $3 million. 3,100,000. Thank you, Mike. At 3,100,000, 3,200,000 in a new place with David Schrader. 3,200,000. 3,300,000. I'll take from Mike then at 3,300,000. 3,400,000. Yep, it's already at 3,300,000 over here with Mike at 3,300,000. Where's the bid? 3,304,000. Thank you, sir. In the room at 3,400,000. 3,500,000 is bid. Multiple bidders now. 3,500,000. It's David Schrader's bid. 3,600,000 with Mike. At 3,600,000. Want to say 7, sir? At 3,600,000 is back with you, Mike, at 3,600,000. At 3,600,000. Here it is at 3,600,000, and the bid is here. Thank you, madam, at 3,700,000. Thank you so much at 3,700,000. In the room now, at 3,700,000. The ladies bid at 3,700,000, 3,800,000 with Mike, 3,900,000. At 3,900,000. Ladies bid again at 3,900,000. Give me $4. $4 million in the room. I take it here. $4 million. Thank you so much. On the aisle 5, 4,200,000. All in the room at the moment at 4,200,000. Ladies bid at 4,200,000. 4,500,000. Thank you. At 4,500,000. 4,800,000 is bid. And back in the room again against you. David at $4,800,000. At 4,800,000. The ladies bid here at $4,800,000. It's against you, Mike. It's against you, Simon. It's against you, Barmy, still. All in the room here. Ladies bid at $4,800,000. Your bid, madam, at $4,800,000. $4,900,000 now. Next bid will be $5 million. Thank you, madam, at $5 million. Barmy, give me 2. Here at $5 million now. 5,100,000. 5,200,000. 5,300,000. 5,400,000. At 5.4 here. Ladies bid, 5,000,004. At 5,000,004. Can I say 5? 5,000,005. 5,000,006. 5,000,007. 5,000,008. $6 million. Take 2 from you, madam. 6,200,000. Try 5. 6.3 now. 6.4. That's 6,400,000. Ladies bid, 6,400,000. 6.5. That's 6,500,000. 6,600,000. 6,700,000. 6,800,000. 6,900,000. $7 million. Give me 2. Say 2. Ladies bid at $7 million. In the room still at $7 million. Looking for 2 from you, please, Bummy. That's 7,200,000. 7,400,000. That's 7,400,000. 7,500,000. That's 7,500,000. 7,600,000. 7,700,000. 7,800,000. 7,900,000. That's 7,900,000. $8 million now. 8.2. At 8,200,000. I'll take 3 from you, madam. Yes. At 8,200,000. Let's try 3. We'll try 50. At 8,200,000. Yeah, one more. 8,250,000. $8,250,000. It's a lady's bid in the room against you, Barmy now. 8,300,000. No? It's at 8,300,000. It's on my left here. Very last chance. At 8,300,000. Fair warning now. It's selling here. Thank you, madam. At 8,300,000. Fair warning now. The hammer is up. I'm going to sell it for $8,300,000. You out? Selling here for $8,300,000. Thank you, Barmy. It's paddle number 52. Thank you. And thank you very much indeed to our underbidder. Thank you so much. And lot number 4 is the first of this evening, Sigmar Polke's the plastic vinyl or plastic tubs. A rare example, of course, of one of the few pop-inspired paintings, the Capital Realist paintings by Polke from the early 1960s. And I'm going to be starting the bidding here at $3 million. $3 million. 3,100,000. 3,200,000. 3,300,000 now. 3,300,000 at 3,300,000. 3,400,000. 3,400,000. 3,500,000 now. 3,600,000. Thank you, Felix. At 3,600,000. 3,700,000. Say it's 3,800,000 in the room. 3,900,000 with Caroline. $4 million is back in the room again. 4,200,000. $5 million. 4.5. Take 4.5 from you, sir. 4,500,000. Next bid's 4.8. At $4,500,000 in the room. No. The next bid's 4.8. At 4,500,000. Any more? 4,500,000. Gentleman's bid here. 4,500,000. Say 8. 4,800,000. Try 5, sir. At $4,800,000. It's Caroline's bidder at $4,800,000. I'll take 5 from you. No? At $4,800,000. Still with Caroline. On this side, against you, Felix, too, at $4,800,000. Against you, David, as well. At $4,800,000. Fair warning. Last chance. It's Caroline's bidder. Just get the calculations right, sir. At $4,800,000. Take your time. It's still a 4-8. There it is. Take your time, sir. It's Caroline's bidder at $4,800,000. You say one more? $4,900,000. $5 million now in the room at $5 million. Carol, I'll take 2 from you now. At $5 million. Here it is. At $5 million. It's in the room at $5 million. Say one more. No? $5,100,000. Thank you. It's Caroline's bidder again. And against you, Barmin. It's against you, sir. At $5,100,000. It's still on my right at $5,100,000 and against you all at $5,000,001. What are we going to do, sir? Thank you. At $5,100,000. You're out as well, sir. It's with Caroline and selling at this time. Fair warning at $5,100,000. Thank you, Caroline. Congratulations. Panel number 46. Thank you. Which leads us, ladies and gentlemen, of course, to the wonderful work here by Gerhard Richter, the rare seascape, the Seestück, capturing all of the aspects of Richter's photo-based paintings while anticipating his abstract tendencies. One of 4 of the 2x3 meter versions of this picture, of course, showing here. Jose, thank you very much indeed. On this side of the room, this extraordinary thing, of course, the cover of this evening's Macklowe sale, the catalogue. I'm going to start the bidding here at $20 million, so $20 million, $21 million, $22 million now, $22 million, $23 million, at $23 million now. At $23 million, $24 million, at $24 million, $25 million, thank you, at $25 million, with Gregoire, at $25 million, on this side, at $25 million, at $25 million, with Gregoire Beale, $25 million here, $26 million, in a new place, thank you, David. David Galperin's bidder now at $26 million, and against you, Gregoire, at $26 million now. At $26 million, that's all on the telephone on this side here. At $26 million. You want a bid, sir? At $26 million. Still with David Galperin at $26 million. Any more? $26 million. At $26 million. Here it is, at 26. At $26 million. On this side, at $26 million. At $26 million. David, it's yours at $26 million. Still yours. At 26. It's against you, Nicholas, there on the Asia desk at $26 million. And it's against you, Alex, at 26. Or here on this side at $26 million. Eddie Ball. At $26 million. You're bidding, man. At $26 million. Fair warning to you now, Gregoire. Still with David Galperin at $26 million. Are we selling it now? Fair warning, it's David's bid, last chance, and selling at $26 million. David, it's yours. Thank you very much indeed. It's panel number 47 at $26 million. And we move on to lot number 6. Moving back, of course, to New York, where we have the Robert Ryman Swift from 2002, an exceptional example of Ryman's all-white paintings and notable for its immense scale. Of course, greeting you in the gallery just outside the elevator as you made it onto the 7th floor here at Sotheby's. And I'm going to be starting the bidding here at $6 million. $6,500,000. $7 million out. $7,500,000. $7,500,000. $9 million. Thank you, David. At $9 million. On the telephone with David Galperin at $9 million. Here on this side. At $9 million, and selling, of course, at $9 million. With David Galperin still at $9 million, against you, sir. At $9 million here, I'm going to sell it. Fair warning now. At $9 million, last chance. And with you, David, at $9 million. Thank you, David. It's paddle number 2 for $9 million. Thank you. And next up is the first of the two works in this evening's sale by Cy Twombly, the synopsis of a battle from the artist's Blackboard series, painted here, of course, in New York, and inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's sketch, and held in the Macklowe Collection for over 40 years. This is the first of the battle series to come to auction over 3 decades. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $10 million now. 10 million, 10,500,000, $11 million now, at 11 million, at $11 million, 11,500,000. 11,500,000, 12,500,000. Thank you, Jackie. It's your bid now. At $12,500,000. At 12,500,000. Jackie's bidder at 12,500,000. At 12,500,000. Still with you, Jackie, and I can sell at 12,500,000. At 12,500,000. It's on this side at 12,500,000. It's Jackie's bidder at 12,500,000. You're coming in, sir. At $12,500,000 here on this side now. At 12,500,000. 13 million. Thank you, Sam. It's in a new place at $13 million. At $13 million. And against you, Jackie, at $13 million. It's Sam Valette, it's in a new place there. At $13 million. At $13 million. Still with Sam and selling it. Fair warning. You'll bid, sir, at $13 million. Thank you, Sam. It's at $13 million. It's paddle number 607. Thank you. And of course, we go on, ladies and gentlemen, we turn to one of the starlots of this evening's sale, the masterwork by Mark Rothko from 1960, a critical moment in the artist's career. And until this year's pre-sale Macklowe exhibitions, of course, the work had never been seen or exhibited publicly. And here it is, the wonderful work. Thank you, gentlemen, for bringing it around. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $30 million, $31 million now, $31 million, $32 million, at $32 million, $33 million. At $33 million now, $34 million. Thank you, Alex. At $34 million. On this side, at $34 million now. At $34 million. And against you there, at $34 million. At $34 million, you bid it. At $34 million. Alex's bidder at $34 million now. At $34 million. With Alex Branchik at $34 million. $34 million. Thank you, Alex. It's here on this side at the moment at $34 million. $34,500,000. Thank you, Gregoire. $34,500,000. It's yours now. At $34,500,000. Thank you, Greg. And against you, Alex. And against you also on this side at $34,500,000. Are we going to bid? At $34,500,000. There it is, at $34,500,000. Gregor Bio's bidder, $34,500,000. Against you, Alex. It's against you there, too, $34,500,000. At $34,500,000, still on this side. Against you, Patty. Want to try one more? $35 million. Thank you. In a new place now with Patty Wong, chairman of Sotheby's Asia, $35 million. It's against you on the Asia desk as well, at $35 million. Here it is, at 35. Greg. 35.5. Thank you. At $35,500,000. $36 million now. At 36. $36 million. $36,500,000. Thank you. At 36.5. Patty. Let's try one more. $37 million. At 37 million. 37 million. Give me one more. At 37 million. 37,500,000. Thank you. 37.5. Give me 38, Patty. You can see here on this side at 37,500,000. It's with Gregoire at 37.5. Looking for 38. $38 million. Thank you. At 38. Still with Patty Wong on this side of the room. There it is, $38 million. And waiting for Gregoire at $38 million. $38,500,000. Thank you. At 38.5. Try one more. At $38,500,000. $39 million, thank you. Next bid's going to be 5. $39,500,000. Thank you, Greg. At $39,500,000. And against you, Patty, 39.5. Try one more. At 39.5. Against you here, 39,500,000. Still with Gregor Bio, Chairman of Sotheby's America Contemporary. $40 million. Thank you. At 40. Greg, do you want to try 41? It's Patty Wong's bid at this time. Against you here at $40 million. Say one more. $41, can we say? $40,500,000. Just try. At $40,500,000. Against you, Patty, this time now. On this side, still. Give me 41. $41 million, thank you. At 41. At $41 million now. Against you, Gregoire, this time. At 41 million. And looking to you for $41,500,000. So $41 million here on this side of the room. And looking for one last bid, come on. $41 million now. $41,500,000. Thank you. At 41.5. $41,500,000. Want a bid, Brad? No? 41.5. Patty? Let me take 42 from you. That's at $41,500,000. Still there on this side of the room here. With Gregoire. 41,500,000. Try another one. $41,500,000 is Gregoire still here at 41.5. Give me 2. That famous Patty Wong charm. Let's do it. At 41.5. Patty, we're saying 2. I know where you are, sir. I'll be with you in a moment. At 41,500,000. You out, Patty? Show me a sign of life, please. $41,500,000. Thank you anyway. And selling it. Thank you for your patience, Greg. It's yours at $41,500,000. Sold. Thank you very much indeed. It's paddle number 589. Thank you. And thank you very much, Paddy, as well, of course. And we move on, ladies and gentlemen, of course, lot number 9. Hotly anticipated moment here, this wonderful lyrical painting by Willem de Kooning, which takes inspiration from the play of light on water after de Kooning had left Manhattan for Long Island. Fabulous picture from 1961. Looked terrific in our galleries. There it is. Thank you, Jose. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $5 million. $5,500,000. $6 million out. $6,500,000 out. $6,500,000. Who'll give me 7? At $6,500,000. At $6,500,000. Any more? $7 million. It's bid online to kick us off. It's $7 million. With the online bidder, it's $7 million. Anybody else? It's $7 million now. At $7 million. Want to say 5? At $7 million. 7,500,000, 7,800,000 from you. Thank you very much indeed. It's Barmaid's bidder now. $7,800,000. Give me 8, sir. $8 million in a new place. We Courtney Kramer's here at $8 million against you both, and against our online bidder as well at $8 million. With Courtney, $8 million. $8,200,000. Thank you very much in the room here. There it is at $8,200,000. Give me 5, please. At $8,200,000. It's in the room again at $8,200,000. At $8,200,000. Your bid, sir. $8,200,000. $8,500,000. $8,800,000. Sorry, ladies bid. $8,800,000. It's in the room again at $8,800,000. Ladies bid. Give me 9. At $8,800,000. Here it is. At 8,800,000. At $8,800,000, $9 million, just ahead of you, Courtney. I'm sorry, at $9 million. $9,200,000. It's back with the lady again at $9,200,000. Here at $9,200,000. At $9,200,000. 9.5's next. 9.5. Thank you. In another new place, $9,500,000. $9,800,000 now. Kelsey, against you here at $9,800,000. Give me 10. At 9.8. Ladies bid in the room at $9,800,000. Unless you want to come in again online. $10 million here. Kelsey's bidder at $10 million. Can I say 5, madam? $10,500,000. Thank you. At 10.5. Next bid's going to be 11. At $10,500,000. $11 million now. At 11 million. $11,500,000. At 11,500,000. Still with the lady at 11,500,000. It is against you here. $12 million now is bid. At $12 million on this side. And looking for 5, madam, from you. At 12 million. It's Courtney's bidder at $12 million here on this side. Want to say 5? Sure. At $12 million. Here at $12 million. At $12 million. $12,500,000. Thank you. It's Kelsey's bidder at $12,500,000. Thank you, Kelsey.
Will you take 12.8?
12.8. I will. At this stage, at $12,800,000. I need 13 from you, please, Kelsey. At 12.8. $13 million. Here it is. $13 million. You're bidding, Isabel. At $13 million. At $13 million. $13,200,000. It's all on this side. It's against you on this side. Want to bid? At $13,200,000. $13,500,000. Kelsey's again at $13,500,000. At $13,500,000. $13,800,000. At 13.8. Try 14. At 13,800,000. $13,800,000. Kelsey. Sure? At $13,800,000. It's against you, madam, too. Selling it here. It's against you on this side. At $13,800,000. Kelsey, come in. $14 million. Thank you. It's back with the Kelsey again. Kelsey Leonard at $14 million here. At $14 million. Your bid, Kelsey, at $14 million. 14.2 is the next one. At $14 million. $14,200,000. There it is. With Courtney again at $14,200,000. The wonderful de Kooning at $14,200,000. I'll take 5, of course, from you, Kelsey, please. At $14,200,000. At $14,200,000. Kelsey Leonard here. Looking for your bid. At $14,200,000. Want to say one more? Take your time, Greg. $14,500,000. With Gregoire Bio, it's in a new place at $14,500,000. Courtney, can we have 8, please? At $14,500,000. Here with you, Gregoire, at $14,500,000. Give me 8. At $14,500,000. There it is. 14.5. At $14,500,000. Still with Gregoire. At $14,500,000. There it is. It's your bid, Gregoire. And I'm selling it here at $14,800,000. They want some more at $14,800,000. Against you, Greg, at 14.8 this time. Try 15. Simon, are you coming in, sir? At $14,800,000. At $14,800,000. Any more? And selling it here on this side. It's Courtney's bidder. And against you, Gregoire. You going on? $14 million. $15 million. Thank you. At 15. Try 500,000. At $15 million. Want to say 5? One more. At $15 million. Still with Gregoire on this side. Kelsey, you want to come back in? Sure.
15.2.
$15,200,000. And against you, Brooke, as well. Do you want to come in this time, Brooke? At $15,200,000. Here at $15,200,000 against you, Gregoire, this time. 15.2. Selling it on this side here at $15,200,000. Fair warning to you, Greg. Last chance now. At $15,200,000. It's with Courtney Kramer's on this side. And I'm looking to sell. No? You sure? The hammer is up then this time at 15,200,000. Thank you, sir. And selling. Courtney, it's yours. Thank you.
22.
Pedal number 15,200,000. Thank you very much indeed. And we're going to move on, of course, to the signed Twombly sculpture. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, that there is an irrevocable bid on this sculpture, this wonderful bronze sculpture that speaks to the artist's interest, of course, in myth and antiquity. And it's the second cast of 4. Don't know where it's gone, actually. It's on the screen. I thought it was coming around there for a moment. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $2,200,000, $2,200,000, $2,500,000, $2,800,000 now, at $2,800,000 for the Twombly sculpture, $2,800,000. At $2,800,000, we're bidding online at $2,800,000. At $2,800,000. $3,400,000. Thank you, Alex. At $3,400,000. It's your bid, sir. At $3,400,000. Against you, Mike. $3,400,000. With Alex Branchik at $3,400,000. It's going to sell this time. You're bidding, sir? At $3,400,000. Fair warning. At $3,400,000. Thank you, Alex. It's panel number 8 at $3,400,000. And thank you, David. At lot number 11, we now move to the Bryce Martin, The Elements 4, from a body of work that is the most visually compelling and conceptually ambitious of the artist's entire career, showing on the screens for you. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $5 million, at $5,200,000, $5,500,000, $5,800,000 now, $5,800,000, at $5,800,000, at $5,800,000, at $5,800,000, $6,200,000 with David Schrader at $6,200,000. It's your bid, sir. Selling on this side of the room at the moment at $6,200,000 with David. At $6,200,000. Your bid, sir. Head of our private sales division, David Schrader here. $6,200,000. It's your bid, sir. On the telephone at $6,200,000. Against you on this side. Against you, Greg, at $6,200,000. Fair warning at $6,200,000. Are you coming in, sir? At $6,200,000. Fair warning and selling. Last chance for $6,200,000. Thank you. It's panel number 5. Which leads us now to the wonderful The Self-Portrait by Andy Warhol, painted in 1986, just months before Andy's death in February 1987. This monumental painting hails from Warhol's Frightwig series, the artist's final body of works, and of course, look absolutely resplendent. It's here for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful picture here. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $12,500,000, $12,500,000, $13 million now, $13 million, $13,500,000, $14 million now, at $14 million, $14,500,000. At $14,500,000. $15 million. Thank you, Aki. $50,500,000. Thank you, Gregoire. $50,500,000. And against you, Aki, this time at $50,500,000. Do you want to say 16? $16 million. With you, sir, at 16. And against you, Greg, this time, it's $16 million. It's Aki's bidder at $16 million. That's $16 million. Thank you, Aki. It's $16 million. Want a bid, sir? That's $16 million. There it is. That's $16 million. It's still with Aki against you, Gregoire, this time. It's $16 million now. David, are we going to come in at $16 million? It's Aki's bidder on this side here at $16 million. Still with you, sir, at $16 million. David, are we coming in? At $16 million. Give me a bid. This wonderful painting. It's $16 million. Still with Aki and selling. Fair warning to you all at $16 million. It's your bid, Aki. Yeah. Selling. There it goes. It's $16 million. Can I see your paddle number, sir? 41. Thank you very much indeed. Panel number 41, and we move on to number 13. This one, of course, the second of the works by Sigmar Polke, this time the copyist. Also from Charles Saatchi's collection before, of course, the wonderful distinguished Macklowe Collection, the seminal painting from the artist's second act as a painter in which he mixed together traditional pigments with solvents, varnishes, toxins and resins to produce spontaneous chemical reactions across the canvas. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $1,500,000. So $1,500,000, $2 million now, $2,500,000 at $2,500,000. At $2,500,000. At $2,500,000. $2 million, $3 million now. Thank you. It's Ben's bidder at $3 million, sir. At $3 million. With you, sir, at $3 million. Ben Dollar's bidder at $3 million. Any more at $3 million. Still with you at $3 million. Against you, Patty. Want to come in? At $3 million here with Ben Dollar at $3 million. $3,500,000. 3,600,000. Thank you, Alex. At 3,600,000. 3,700,000. Say 3.8. At 3,700,000. With you, Ben. 3,800,000. Thank you. At 3.8. 3,900,000. Still with Ben Dollar. At 3,900,000. Looking for 4, please. $4 million. Thank you, Alex. At 4. $4 million. No, let's say 1. Let's say 1, please. Try 1. At $4 million. No, Ben? 4,200,000. Thank you. 4,200,000. Thank you, Patty. 4,200,000. Give me 4, please. At 4,200,000. And against you, Alex, this time it's at 4,200,000. It's Patty Wong's bidder of $4,200,000. 4,400,000. Thank you, Alex. At 4,400,000. With you, sir. At 4,400,000. And against you, Patty, at 4,400,000. 4,500,000. At 4,500,000. Jackie, you bidding? At 4,500,000 now. Try 6, Alex. At 4,500,000. Here it is, at 4,500,000. Still with Patty Wong at $4,500,000. I'm going to sell it this time at 4,500,000. Is that a bid, sir? At 4,500,000. Against you, Alex, now. Still here on this side at 4,500,000. Against you, Alex. The hammer's coming down, sir. 4,600,000. Patty, give me 7. At 4,600,000. 4,700,000. Thank you. At 4,700,000 now. With Patty again at 4,700,000. Here it is. At 4,700,000. You bidding, sir? At 4,700,000. 4,800,000. 4,800,000 now. Here on this side, at 4,800,000. At 4,800,000. Patty, want to try 9? It's at 4,800,000 on this side now, 4,800,000. With Alex Branchik at 4,800,000. $5 million. Thank you. Alex. Try 2. At $5 million here, it's on this side here. It's still with Patty again at $5 million now. I need 2 from you, please, sir. At $5 million. You out? At $5 million here with Patty Wong and selling it. Last chance for $5 million. Thank you, Patty. It's number 63. And lot number 14 is the second of the Agnes Martins, this time number 11 from 1985. Profoundly peaceful work of art, conveying the artist's pursuit of the purest forms of perfection and the sublime. There it is. A wonderful selection of Martins, of course, in the Macklowe Collection. Really exquisite choices. And I'm going to sell, or start selling, hopefully, at $3 million. At $3 million. 3,200,000 now. 3,200,000. 3,400,000. 3,600,000. With David Schrader at 3,600,000 and selling at $3,600,000. At 3,600,000, it's your bid, David. I can sell it for 3,600,000. 3,800,000 is bid in the room. Against you now, 3,800,000. Say one more, 3,800,000. 3,900,000. $4 million. At 4 million. Try 1, sir. 4,100,000. 4,200,000 is bid. 4,300,000. Thank you. At 4,300,000. Thank you, sir. At 4,300,000. It's further back. 4,300,000. At a bid? At $4,300,000 now. At $4,300,000, not yours, sir. At $4,300,000, I'm selling it now. Last chance. Fair warning, it's at 4,300,000, 4,400,000 now. 4,500,000. 4,600,000. 4,700,000. 4,800,000. 4,900,000. $5 million. 5,000,001. $5,002. Give me 3. At $5,200,000 here, it's further forward here in front of me. At $5,002,000, give me 3. Here at $5,200,000, $5,300,000 is bid. at $5,300,000. Further back at $5,300,000. Against you, David. And selling here, last chance, at $5,300,000. Thank you very much indeed. $5,300,000. If I could see your paddle, please. Somebody read that for me. 2225. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. At $5,300,000. Thank you so much. And lot number 15 is next. Is the next to the works by Robert Ryman. Showing on the screens for you, signed and dated 1970. The wonderful work, of course, from the Surface Veil series. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 now, at $900,000. 1,100,000. Thank you, Courtney. It's yours at 1,100,000. Selling here at $1,100,000. Any more at 1,100,000. Against you, Simon. Last chance at $1,100,000. Thank you. With the hammer at 1,000,001. Where's the bid? Posey, 1,200,000. Thank you, madam. Very clearly with the hammer there. 1,000,002. Want to say 3? No? 1,000,004. Okay, it's all starting now. 1,400,000. I'll do that again another time. 1,003, you want to say? Okay, did we have 1,003 before? I'm really thrown now. I think we had 1 million. No, it was 1,002. I'll take 3 from you, madam, at 1,003. Give me 4, please. It's a 1,003. Against you now, further back. At 1,003. Say 4. It's a 1,003. It's the lady seated. It's your bid, madam, at 1,300,000. I'll take 50 from you. Do you want to say 50? Yes? It's here at 1,003 and at 1,350,000. Just calculating. At 1,350,000. It's the lady's bid. Further back. Against you on the aisle 4 there at 1,350,000. Say 4, please. At 1,350,000. Further back here. No, you're out. Thank you anyway. And selling here at $1,350,000. Thank you so much. At 1,350,000. Paddle number 2192. And lot number 16 is another William de Kooning, this time the untitled, double check the number, 13, from 1984, a canvas that defined, of course, the artist's final decade here. It's a fab example here, concluding the de Koonings in the wonderful Macklowe Collection. There it is, from 1984. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $5 billion now. $5 billion, $5,500,000, $6 million now, $6 million, $6,500,000, $7 million here. Thank you, Isabel. It's $7 million. This is your bid. $7,500,000 on this side. It's Gregoire's bidder at $7,500,000. And against you, Isabel, at $7,500,000. With Gregoire at $7,500,000. At $7,500,000. Against you, Felix, too, at $7,500,000. At $7,500,000. Isabel, give me another bid at $7,500,000. On this side, it's $7,500,000. $7,550,000. With Isabel, no? At $7,550,000, it's your bid, and selling it here. Last chance at $7,550,000. Thank you very much. Panel number 17. $7,550,000. Thank you so much. And number 17 is Popples, the Jeff Koons sculpture, of course, conceived in 1988 as part of the Banality series, showing on the screens all around. There it is. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $950,000. At $950,000, $1 million now, $1,200,000, at $1,200,000. At $1,200,000 now for Popples at $1,200,000. At $1,200,000. Any more? $1,200,000. At $1,200,000. $1,500,000. $1,700,000. Thank you. Barmy, and against you here, $1,700,000 is with Patty at $1,800,000 is bid at $1,800,000, and against you here, Patty, at $1,800,000. Give me 9. At $1,800,000, Patty, are you out? 1,900,000 is in a new place. Thank you very much indeed at $1,900,000 here. $2 million. Thank you, Barmy. At $2 million now. Yet it's not yours. At $2 million here. It's still with Barmy here. Do you want to say one more? Say $2,000,001. At $2 million here. It's Barmy's bidder at $2 million. $2,100,000. At 2,100,000. I'm going to say 2. At $2,000,001. Still Ian's bidder. $2,200,000. Try 3. $2,200,000. $2,300,000. $2,400,000. Still 2-4. $2,500,000. $2,600,000. At 2-6. $2,700,000. $2,800,000. $3 million, thank you. Pardon me? $3,100,000. Two? $3,200,000. At $3,200,000. At $3,200,000. Here it is, at $3,200,000. I'm going to sell it here this time at $3,200,000. Fair warning to you all. Last chance at $3,200,000. Thank you very much. Paddle number 39. Thank you very much. And lot number 18 is the Mark Rothko, larger than life untitled, side swiped, and card face 41.32 from the face painting series, showing on the screens. Thank you very much indeed. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $5,200,000, $5,200,000, $5,500,000, $5,800,000 now, $5,800,000. At $5,800,000, $6,800,000. Thank you, Alex. It's your bid at $6,800,000. And selling at $6,800,000 with Alex Branchik at $6,800,000. Fair warning at $6,800,000. Last chance. It's yours, Alex, and selling for $6,800,000. Thank you. It's paddle number 8. And lot number 19 is the Dubuffet, the first large-scale nude Jean Dubuffet ever painted, the Grand Nude Chabonneuse, created in 1944. It's a fabulous painting, of course, exhibited at the Guggenheim here in 1977 in New York. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $3,600,000, $3,700,000, $3,800,000 now, at $3,800,000, at $3,800,000, $3,900,000, at $3,900,000, at $3,900,000. At $3,900,000. At $4,500,000. Thank you, Gregoire. $4,500,000 here on this side with Gregoire Bio. And selling, of course, at $4,500,000. It's yours, Greg. Last chance at $4,500,000. Thank you, sir. It's paddle number 9, 4-5. Of course. And lot number 20 of. Sorry?
No, it hammered.
I can't reopen the lot, so no, I'm so sorry. It's hammered already. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I apologize. But, yeah, we can't do that. Alberto Giacometti, the Stelle number 2, is here, showing, of course, the Giacometti. And conceived in 1958 and cast in 1961. This, of course, was shown in Giacometti's seminal Venice Biennale exhibition in 1962. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, that the work does carry an irrevocable bid. And the authenticity of the work has been confirmed by the Committee Giacometti and is recorded, of course, in their database. And I am going to start the bidding at $4 million, at $4,500,000, $5 million now, $5,500,000, $6 million. Thank you, Alex. It's $6 million. At $6 million on this side here. It's $6 million with Alex Branchik at $6 million. At $6 million. Your bid, sir, at $6 million. $6,500,000. Thank you, Mike. At $6,500,000 and against you here and here. At $6,500,000. Give me 7. At $6,500,000. Still with Mike McCauley at $6,500,000. $7 million now. $7 million this time. It's $7 million. There again, it's $7 million. Looking for 5 from you, please, Mike. $7,200,000 I'll take, thank you. At $7,200,000. And needing 5 from you, please, Alex. At $7,200,000 on this side at $7,200,000. At $7,200,000. Fair warning now. It's $7,200,000 against you, Alex. At $7,200,000. On this side, it's your bid, Mike, at $7,200,000 with your client at $7,200,000. Last chance. Want to come in, sir? At $7,200,000. Fair warning and selling. Thank you, sir. Many congratulations. Panel number 23. And please thank your client very much indeed. And lot number 21, the Gerhard Richter, the Untitled Green, the early and experimental example, of course, from Gerhard Richter's famed landscape painting series. And I am going to start the bidding here at $1,100,000, $1,200,000, $1,300,000, $1,400,000, at $1,400,000 now, at $1,400,000, $1,500,000, $1,600,000, $1,600,000, $1,700,000. The ladies bid in the unforgettably colourful jacket, 1,700,000, 1,800,000. Give me 9, please. One here, 1,800,000 already. So the next bit's going to be 9, Constanza. Do you want 1,900,000? 1,900,000? 1,900,000 with you. Thank you, Courtney. 1,900,000. It's going to have to be 2 now, Constanza. At $1,900,000. Here it is. Say 2, madam. At $1,900,000. $2 million. I'll take it from you, David Rothschild. At $2 million. Thank you, sir. And split you all at $2 million. At $2 million. Give me 2. 2-1. I'm so sorry. At 2-1. Give me 2, please. At 2,100,000. Looking for 2. At 2,100,000. 2,150,000. 2,200,000. Against you both now. 2,200,000. Say 50. 2,250,000. Against you here at 2,250,000. Against you, David Rothschild, at 2,250,000. And selling it 2,300,000. Thank you, sir. At 2,300,000. And against you both. 2,350,000. 2,350,000 now. Give me 4. At 2,354,000. Thank you so much. Try 50 now. 2,500,000. That's more like it. At 2,500,000. Dave, give me 6. At $2,500,000. At 2,500,000. At 2,500,000. Give me 6. At 2,500,000. Say one more. Want to say 6? It's here with Courtney. 2,550,000. At 2,550,000. 6 is bid again. You heard it here. 2,600,000. It's against you on this side. Elizabeth Webb, you coming in at 2,600,000? At 2,600,000. 2,700,000. 2,650,000. I stand corrected. No, my pleasure. At 2,650,000. 2,700,000 now. It's bid. You out, madam? At 2,700,000. Looking for 50 now, David. At 2,700,000 with Courtney Kramer still. And selling at 2,700,000. Last chance, David. At 2,750,000. 2,750. Try it. Courtney? At 2,750,000. I have to hurry you now. At 2,700,000, now. At 2,800,000, you bidding, sir? At $2,800,000. And needing 50 from you, David, please. At 2,800,000. At $2,800,000. Still with Courtney, where we started at 2,800,000. I need 50 from you. At 2,800,000. Fair warning. Last chance. Yes, sir. I always do what I'm told up here. At 2,800,000. At 2,800,000, David, make it worth the wait. At 2,800,000, nope. At 2,800,000, selling now to Courtney for you. There it goes. Thank you very much. And panel number 30. Congratulations. And number 22 is the Anselm Kiefer work. The wood block, of course, the Anselm Kiefer des Marques Atelier der Rhein, an imposing and profound meditation on German history and cultural heritage, showing here, wonderful thing here, of course, from 1983, and I'm going to start the bidding here at $300,000, at $350,000, at $350,000, at $350,000. 400,000. Thank you, Claudia. At $400,000. Eddie Moore, $400,000. 450,000. 500,000 now. Against you, Isabella, 500,000. Claudia Dweck's bidder still at $500,000. At $500,000. Here it is, Claudia's bidder. And selling Isabella, it's against you here, 550,000. Thank you. Try 6. At 550,000. Still with Isabella and selling it here. Last chance at $550,000. Number 69. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have the Jeune Homme, the rare bronze sculpture by Pablo Picasso, just coming around on the easel. Of course, one of only 2 casts, cast by Valswani, I believe, yes, and conceived in 1958. And of course, Claude Picasso has confirmed the authenticity of this work. And I'll start the bidding here at $800,000, at $800,000, $850,000, $900,000 now, $900,000, $950,000, $950,000, $1,050,000. Thank you, Simon. At $1,050,000 here. At $1,050,000. It's your bid, sir. And selling at $1,050,000 for the Picasso. $1,100,000. Thank you, Brooke. At $1,100,000. It's in a new place. At $1,100,000. At $1,100,000. It's all on this side. At $1,100,000. Brooke Lampley's bidder. Brooke Lampley's bidder at $1,001,000. It's against you, Nicholas Chow, the Asia desk here. I see you, sir. At $1,100,000. $1,200,000.
At 1,200,000. Simon's stock's bidder, 1,200,000. Give me 3, please. At 1,200,000. Against you, Brooke, at 1,200,000. At 1,200,000. 1,250,000. At $1,250,000. Against you, Nicholas, and against you, Simon, here at 1,250,000. 1,300,000 is bid. At 1,300,000, give me 50. 1,350,000. There it is at 1,350,000. And needing 4, please. 1,400,000. 1,500,000. At 1,500,000. Simon? 1,500,000. Woodbrook at $1,500,000 for the Picasso. 1,550,000. 155. Give me 6, Brooke. At $1,550,000 here. It's still with Simon. Simon's stock here from the London office. 1,550,000. 1,600,000 is bid. Ahead of you now. Will you say 50? It's already at 1,600,000 here with Brooke. Say 50. 1,650. Thank you. In a new place. With Lisa Dennis at 1,650,000 here on this side. At $1,650,000. 1,700,000. At 1,700,000. 1,750,000. Either of you want to come in here? 1,750,000. This rare thing at 1,750,000. 1,800,000. At 1,800,000. At 1,800,000. It's Brooks bidder there. 1,800,000. At 1,800,000. Still on this side. At $1,800,000. Bidding, sir? Here at 1,800,000. And selling. It's Brooks bidder at 1,800,000. Fair warning now. We'll say 50? 1,900,000. Thank you so much. At 1,900,000. Try and make it $2 million. At $1,900,000. Please. At 1,900,000, it's there on this side. It's still with Lisa. And looking for $2 million here, please. Brooke. At 1,900,000. Fair warning now. Fair warning. Last chance. And selling at $1,900,000. Thank you, Lisa. That's panel number 74 at 1,900,000. And lot number 24 is the Andy Warhol, the hammer and sickle from 1977. Of course, the limited body of large-scale canvases of the subject, and one of the only paintings produced with a red-on-red ground, of course, seen here, and of course, dedicated to Carlo Bellotti, the wonderful Roman collector here, on the back of this wonderful picture. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $2,800,000, $2,900,000, $3 million now, $3 million now, $3,500,000. Thank you, $3,500,000. Your bid, sir, at $3,500,000. Here it is at $3,500,000. I'm going to sell it at $3,500,000. At $3,500,000. We're coming in, David. $3,600,000. It's Courtney's bidder. At $3,600,000 against $3,700,000. At $3,700,000 against you, David. Against you also here, Courtney, at $3,700,000. Anybody at 3,800,000 is bid. Thank you, David. At $3,800,000. Here at $3,900,000. Thank you, Barney. At $3,900,000. Give me 4 at $3,900,000. At $3,900,000. Next bid's going to be 4. $4 million. Thank you, Gregoire. $4 million here. $4,100,000. Give me 2. Sparmy's bidder at $4,100,000. $4,200,000 is bid by Courtney now. 4,200,000. It's against you in the room still. $4,300,000. Thank you, Barmy. At 4,300,000. Charlotte, you get a bid? 4,400,000. 4,500,000. All on this side now. 4,500,000. 4,600,000. It's 4 of you in it at the moment. 4,600,000. 4,700,000. Thank you. Thank you, Courtney. It's at 4,800,000 now. Thank you, David Rothschild. At 4,000,000. Alex, you coming in? At 4,800,000. Take your word for that. At 4,800,000. Here on this side at 4,800,000. Give me 9. Yes? 4,900,000. Thank you, Courtney. And against you again there, David, at 4,900,000. Looking for $5 million from you, sir, please. $5 million. Thank you, Greg Wild. Still 3 of you in it here. At $5 million. Do you want to try 2? Break the bid. $5 million. At $5 million. Try 5.2. 5.2 at $5 million here. It's Greg Wild's bidder. At $5 billion, so let's take $5,200,000 from one of you, please. At $5 billion on this side. Thank you, Greg Watts. With you, sir. $5,100,000. 5-1. At 5-1. At $5 million. Hey, Greg, what do you want to do? $5 million, it's still here. David's bidder. And selling. Final warning. At $5 million, hammer's coming down. Last chance. At $5,100,000. You're saying 5-2? Quickly. 5-2. 5,000,002. David. 5,000,002. I need 3, sir, from you, please. At 5,000,002, it's here with Courtney, and I need 3 from you, sir. Fair warning now. At 5,200,000, it's against you now. Last chance. I've got to sell it this time. 5,000,003. Thank you.
So right now.
At 5-3. What do you need?
Now we're already at like $6. Or it's more than
5,000,003. It's about 6 million all in, with all the extras, give or take. At 5,000,003. I should have my BP calculator up here with me. Where is it when I need it? At 5,000,003. Are we going? It's at 5 million. Thank you, David. Yes, I'll do it when I'm ready. At 5,300,000. Here it is. At $5,300,000. We out? Thank you, David. Panel number 44. At 5,000,003. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Greg. And we move on to the next of the works by Jeff Koons, the New Hoover Convertibles from Jeff Koons' new series, the body of work with which Koons made his first mark in the art world. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $2,600,000, $2,700,000, $2,800,000 now, $2,800,000, $3 million now. Thank you, at $3 million here, with Barmy at $3 million and selling at $3 million. At $3 million, it's Barmy's bidder, and I can sell at $3 million. Anyone else? $3,100,000. Gentlemen seated at 3-1. Give me 2. 3,200,000. Say 3, sir. 3,200,000 is bid here. At 3,200,000. Still with Barmy here, 3,200,000. At 3,300,000. At 3,003,000. 3-4. At 3,004,000. 3-5. Thank you. At 3-5. 3-6. No? At 3,006,000 is Barmy's bidder and selling against you all on this side for $3,600,000. Thank you. 3-6. Barmy, have we got a number there? 52. Thank you very much for coming, sir. 26, the Chamberlain. The painted chromium plated steel, obviously acquired directly from the artist in the year following its execution. It's remained in the Macklowe Collection for nearly 5 decades. This is the Chamunia, and I'm going to start the bidding here at $260,000, $270,000, $280,000, $290,000, $300,000 is bid I have already. Who give me 50? $300,000, $350,000. Thank you. Next bid's going to be $400,000. Here at $350,000. Give me 4. At $350,000. Here. $380,000. Thank you. It's Courtney's bidder at $380,000. I'm going to sell it this time at $380,000. Anybody want to say $400,000? $400,000. Thank you, Brooke. $400,000. At $400,000, give me 20. At $400,000, it's Brooke's bidder and selling for 20 with you. Thank you. At $420,000. For 50. All 480? For 50. Say 80. Here at 450,000, 480,000. Thank you, Peter. To the new place with Peter Brandt at 480,000 now. Yes, you Brooke. 500,000. At 5. David, are you bidding? At $500,000. Anyone else? At $500,000. It's against you on this side. It's Brooke Lampley's bidder. I'm going to sell it now against you, Peter. Last chance. Want to say 20? 520,000. 550,000. Next bid's going to be 80. It's here at 550,000. At 550,000. Peter, I have to hurry you now. 550, there it is, and selling at 550,000. Thank you. Panel number 70. And the Judd is next, ladies and gentlemen. The blue anodized aluminium and galvanized iron, of course, the untitled from the renowned minimal wall sculptures executed in 1983 and directly referencing an earlier construction from the 1960s here. The Judd, and I'm starting it here at 900,000, 950,000, $1 million now, $1 million, 1,100,000, thank you, 1,100,000, 1,200,000, thank you very much indeed, at 1,200,000. Your bid, sir, at 1,200,000, say 3. At 1,200,000 against you, Jackie. It's gentlemen in the room here. 1,200,000. Gentlemen seated. At 1,200,000, selling it here. Fair warning at $1,200,000. Thank you, sir. It's paddle 2200 at 1,200,000. And lot number 28 is the Richard Serra, the periodic table. An arresting example of one of the artist's paint stick compositions, the very monumentally sized work from 1991. And I'm starting here at 450,000, 500,000, 550,000 now, 550,000, 600,000. At $600,000, 650,000 is bid here. 700,000 is online. No, they've come back. It's 650,000. Isabel's your bid. 700,000 is in the room. Thank you, Sarah. 700,000. See you here. Give me 50. 750. They're bidding online now. The screen keeps going at 750. It's still with Isabel Pargman here. 750. No, you're. Hang on, what's going on with the boards here? At 750,000, that's more like it, thank you. At 750,000, it's Isabel's bidder. Do you want to come in again at 750? No? 750, the bid is with you, Jose. Thank you very much. 800,000, I have you now. 700, you owe me a drink. At 775,000. At 700, you all do. 775. I will take 800 from you, Isabel. 800 I have online. Thank you. It's online at 800,000. At 800,000. Do you want to say 800? 800? Can I say 50 with you, madam? At 800, that's more like it. 850,000. Next bid's going to be 9. At $850,000. At $850,000 against you both in the room, and on the telephone, and online. At 850,000. It's the lady's bid. Thank you, madam. At 850,000. I'm selling it here. Fair warning. At $850,000. Thank you very much indeed. Paddle number 2228 at 850,000. Was it 2228? I think it was. 2228. Thank you, Jose. Perfect. Can you do that one more time, David? Sorry. Say it again. Can you say it again? Okay, perfect. So sorry. Thank you. And lot number 29, the penultimate lot, of course, of the evening sale, is this wonderful example of Wade Guyton's radical and technical digital reproduction here. Showing on my right, from 2008, the Wade Guyton. I'm going to start the bidding here at 150,000, 200,000, 250,000 now, 250,000, 300,000. Thank you, Nick. It's your bid at $300,000. At $300,000. Anyone else at $300,000 here? At 300,000. So your bid at 300,000, 350,000 now in the room at 350, 400,000. Back with Nick Dimel at $400,000. At 400,000, want to give me 50? At $400,000, 450,000. 420,000, thank you, sir. Give me 50, Nick. It's at 420,000. Gentlemen seated at 420,000, and I'm selling it to you, sir. Last chance at $420,000. Thank you, sir. Can I see your paddle? Hold on one sec, please. That's paddle number 2229. Is that correct? Or is it? Yep, 2229. 2229 at 420,000. David, I'm so sorry. If you could say that again. Okay, okay. Thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to reopen lot number 27. Thank you very much indeed. After lot number 30, so we're going to come back to that one. And I hope the gentleman in the room has been made aware of that. Yes? Yep, fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Yep, good. And we're starting lot number 30 before we go back to lot number 27. This time the Gros John, the Untitled Black Butterfly, over blue, MO28. And I'm going to start the bidding here at $800,000, 850,000, 900,000, 950,000, at $950,000, $1 million. Thank you, Lisa. It's your bid at $1 million. I can sell at $1 million here. At $1 million before we go backwards, at $1 million. With Lisa Dennison, I'm going to sell it now. Fair warning at $1 million. Thank you, Lisa. It's your bid and selling at $1 million. Thank you. It's panel number 13 at $1 million. And, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to lot number 27 to round things off this evening. The Donald Judd, the Untitled, of course, as I mentioned, from 1983. And is everybody ready? We're going to start the bidding here at $850,000. At 850,000, 900,000, 950,000, now 950,000, $1 million. At $1 million, $1,100,000. Thank you, David. At $1,100,000, it's with you, $1,100,000. At $1,100,000. And selling at $1,100,000. This is it, the very last lot. Selling here at Sotheby's at $1,100,000. The conclusive part of the Macklowe collections. Yours, David, at $1,100,000. Congratulations. Thank you very much indeed. At $1,100,000. Congratulations, David. Congratulations. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks so much. Thank you very, very much indeed. Thank you. Well done, everybody. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, ladies and gentlemen, the sale of the Macklowe collection is now complete. In the auction world, we often handle works of great importance, but I know I speak on behalf of all of us here at Sotheby's when I say that it's been an immense honour to present to the market a collection of this unparalleled stature. The results in some ways speak for themselves, but are also a reflection of the extraordinary care, attention and connoisseurship with which the Macklowe collection was assembled. Just as in November, every lot offered this evening has found an enthusiastic new owner. And together, the two white glove sales of the Macklowe collection now stand as the most valuable sale ever sold at auction. I'd like to extend our gratitude to those of you who've tuned into Sotheby's from around the world for tonight's sale, and especially to all of our bidders who participated on this historic evening. Please join us again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. when I will be your host for the Modern Evening Auction here in New York, which will feature a rare masterwork from Claude Monet's only trip to Venice and a deeply sensuous 1932 Picasso of his lover and muse, Marie-Thérèse. I'd like to say a warm congratulations to all my wonderful colleagues from around the world and to all the great Macklowe team. Many, many congratulations to you all. Good night.